Praise God, bro.
Hey, long time no see. Hey, it's just me. Hey, we on TV. Let's get this thing started, buddy. Let's go. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Get the likes up to get the channel going. You feel me? Get this video started. Like the stream, get more people in here. We're gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, check out this documentary. I'm back on the grind, man. We are back. We're back. Yes, sir. Let's go. Merry Christmas. Shout out to all y'all. Merry Christmas, man. Yeah. What's going on, Josh? Stephen 2 a.m. Mitch West. Osei 2 a.m. Jordan Tohu. Haram Pert. Shout out to K-Stro Pod. Bros, just on my Instagram live, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tori C. Let's get it, let's go. Hey. Start off with a clear freestyle. Hey, I ain't do this shit in a while. I ain't rap like this since I was a child. But you know I put it down. Hey, at first ain't had no sound, but now I'm in this bitch, I'm the king on the throne. Just give me a crown. Alright, let's go, let's get it, man. Let's see, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what these over here talking about, man. We got the New Zealand documentary going on, bro. It's supposed to be a New Zealand gang documentary. I done seen a lot of, for context, I've been watching New Zealand for a little minute. For those that's like, Twan, why the you keep watching New Zealand? Like, get off the Johnson. Why you always watching them? It's because it's interesting to me, man. I'm going to be going to New Zealand very, very, very soon. And it's always cool to, you know what I'm saying, conversate with the people from New Zealand and watch these videos. I like doing this on live because y'all from New Zealand and y'all be able to give a little bit more insight. I just watched Samoa yesterday. That's going up tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started. Shout out to y'all that is drunk and hungover. I was on Christmas working. Right now it's Christmas, man. We live right now. You know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas, y'all. Let's go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. I don't know I done seen so much documentaries. I want to see what possibly can be new. They saying that. So we see that off the rip.
I've come to meet a street dealer in some.
Hold on. Off the rip, shorty right here definitely Maori. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Like the stream, so you know what I'm saying? Coming to New Zealand 2025. Different breeds don't come here. Shut up, boy.
Can I ask you, where does this product come from?
You can ask, but I'm not going to tell you.
Who is using meth? What type of people?
Everyone, yeah. Every class is on it. Some people who are poor as, they'll use everything they've got.
There's lawyers, there's doctors.
And I do know that meth over here in New Zealand is, I feel like I might know a lot about New Zealand more than some people in New Zealand do, bro. But I know that meth is more expensive in New Zealand because it costs a lot of money to get it over there. So they paying high price for this meth over here, man.
Businessmen, man. I'm talking like hundreds of millions of dollars, businessmen. There's people that will be in court defending people today who have had a puff this morning. There will be, I know that. Politicians that I've been in the same room with them at the same time. I can't name you a class of people or a particular profession that's immune.
What's up, homie?
I don't know one, there isn't one. It's throughout New Zealand society.
Are gangs pushing the drug around, like we've been seeing or hearing about in the media?
Well, they claim not to be, but...
Oh, for real? Really?
Each individual...
See, that's why I like watching this on live.
What are you going to do?
The gangs are involved at a wholesale level.
I wouldn't mention names, but you know who's running the show.
They claim a vicious turf war is taking place amongst New Zealand's gangs to control meth distribution.
He said, suck on my fat one.
Gangs are growing at the fastest rate since the 1970s. It's thought the huge profits being made from methamphetamine is behind the leap in numbers.
Have you had any bad experiences?
I don't know, Osei. That's weird.
Arms, neck, twice, head, face.
Genuine question. I ain't trying to judge nobody, but has anybody in here ever took meth before? Let me know.
It's not going to stop me. It's no deterrent. I'll always be a method.
You were stabbed?
Mm-hmm. Involved a knife and, yeah.
The Mongrel Mob and Black Power are New Zealand's largest and most powerful gangs. Both have a fearsome reputation.
Can you get 5
for
grams of
violence,
weed for
and
100,
both
so
have
isn't weed
hundreds
cheaper?
of foot soldiers. They've been fighting over
Damn.
territory for decades.
Y'all get 5 grams of weed for $100? Bro, I just got like 7 grams of weed for, I don't even want to say the wrong number because I forgot. I think I paid like, what, 70 or something? Y'all get 5 grams for $100. Crack is $100 a gram. Crack is $100 a gram in New Zealand, goddamn. Yes, I tried meth to understand my kids, and honestly, it's boring. Really. How do you even take meth? You just put it in your mouth? It's not even as bad as the media make it out to be. All them boys like they mom and...
But now, the billions to
400
be
a
made
gram,
from the
bro.
meth trade has ignited a powder keg.
Damn, hold on, somebody just got red off. Hey, you know how much it take for a grown man to get lifted in the air like that?
Meth trade has ignited a powder keg.
Bro, this man parallel to the ground. He wasn't even going that fast.
A series of killings involving the Mongrel Mob are being described as gang warfare.
About $70 to $80. Yeah, there's some trolls in the chat for sure. That's just how you know we going up
I
there,
have
man.
family and friends living in areas affected
Niggas
by
in
the
here trolling.
violence. One of the most notorious leaders has agreed to meet
Should've
me.
got out the way. Rocket man, hey, that's
I'm
funny.
going to meet the leader of the Waikato Mongrel Mob chapter. His name is Sonny Fatu. The Mongrel Mob are one of the original gangs here in New Zealand. Ever since the start of the Mongrel Mob and the Black Power here in New Zealand,
God,
those
Rocket,
two
man, that's
gangs
funny,
have been
bruh.
rival gangs and have been involved in some really gruesome, violent attacks, shootings, stabbings, the works.
Now
Mark
look,
himself, he's
these
served
gang
3
members,
years in
let me
prison.
say something real quick. I ain't gonna be pausing too much just cause I know it's annoying. Now these gang members might be tough, right? And some people might be tough, but for the most part, most of the people from New Zealand, I'm pretty sure it's probably calm and chill, man. And honestly, anybody that's getting tough in Instagram DMs, I don't believe you, man. So shout out to y'all that's trying to be tough in the Instagram DMs, talking about some tough shit, man. Nobody believes you, man. No tough people is talking crazy in the Instagram DMs. You know what I'm
was
saying?
involved in torturing a person.
Yo, dealer love you that much to send you the right package, or if they're trying to profit off
So
of
we're
it.
just about to pull up.
150 for a gram of meth.
It is one of these buildings.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Damn.
Sonny set up his own wing of the Mongrel Mob in 2013.
First 3 months of his first breath, because my daughter was 300 a
I'm
day.
feeling right now a little nervous, if I'm honest.
Yeah, like, we don't believe the internet gangsters, man.
By the surveillance.
Come on
I
now.
just have to ask that.
We've had the experience, one of our brothers here, who have had a shooting at his place, and it was a nasty shooting. So we have to protect the people from in here to what's going on out there.
Riding around with my patch
We may
on.
seem like we're civilized
Shout out to
here,
Tim
but,
Dog.
you know, we're gangsters. At the end of the day, we just know how to control our anger.
Sonny claims the shooting is not drug-related, but happened during a burglary of a gang member's home. He maintains he's totally opposed to the meth trade.
He looked like homie from that movie
don't like it.
Resolve.
I didn't do it. I didn't sell it.
The damages.
The family coming in. Dad's this, mum's there. We haven't got food. We getting
100,
abused,
man.
Whatever.
Shout out to Josh Clauston. He said most of us are chill, but there's always a few that turn into MMA champions on the keyboard, man. If that ain't the goddamn truth, bro. I'm gonna be pausing a lot to read the comments. If you want to watch the original video, the title is right here. You can go watch the video yourself. Mitch West says, I raised my crackhead grandson first 3 months of his first breath because my daughter was 300 a day. God damn.
I don't like it.
And I must say that,
Indeed.
you know, I took some hard lines.
K-Stroke Pod for sure.
You know, where I got myself involved in the drug world.
I live down the road from them.
In what way?
They're nice guys.
In those days, it was just marijuana, really the drug of choice. It was never about making money.
Sonny claims he carries out drug tests on his 600-strong gang to enforce his zero tolerance on meth.
How I lead is I tell people what I'm doing.
Make sure y'all like
I
the
just tell
stream,
them what I
man.
have to do for the betterment of our people.
What's the beef between the Black Power and the Mangul mob? Why so much rivalry for so long?
Could you just hold it for a minute?
Yeah.
Just want to know, is that the police?
As soon as she asked a good question. Right on time,
They
saved by
want
the
me to come and see
bell.
because of the shooting that happened at his house. It's a nasty one.
That's the answer we all want to know.
So they give him an update.
okay.
You know, they know who it is.
See, this what I'm saying. Like, these guys is really organized. I've never seen anything like this in America, man. Never. These guys are organized like this, bro. They got a camera system. They got watch guys. I'm pretty sure the Mexico cartel probably be doing this. Probably is going on in America, but I just never seen it on the internet, though, ever.
Oh, we live a gangster life.
And you could tell he really liked that because he just casually saying this stuff and he's sitting here smiling, bro. People like this have a whole vicious side to them for sure. I'm pretty sure this guy right here is definitely nothing to play with right here, man. I've met that reporter. Her name is Orini. Peto is a liar.
The Black Power and the Mangul mob. Where does that come from, the hate towards one another?
It was all about just protecting your brotherhood, protecting your circle. On top of all that was all the oppression that came on from society, you know, from the system. We had one of our members, unfortunately, who was killed in Wanganui.
Who was he killed by?
Well, he was killed by the opposition. He was killed by the Black Power. When is it ever going to stop?
Have you
That comment
ever
funny
killed
as
a
shit.
person?
I think it's crazy,
I haven't
bro.
killed anybody with my hands. You know, I've given a few people a few facelifts just because they, you know, wanted to bring it on. So I did what I had to do. This is why I feel now that I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove, you know, in terms of getting out there and showing people who I am in terms of being the bad ass. They muck me around. All I want to do now is I just want to heal our people now.
I seen that one guy say
Sonny
that.
maintains he's turned his back on violence and drugs, but other members of the Mangul mob are involved in a power struggle to control the meth trade.
That's crazy. They got a whole, like, system, gate and everything.
In March 2020, a young Mangul mob member fired several rounds at the police in the town of Kawerau.
Damn, look at him just outside like that, firing.
In 2017, a fistfight involving the two gangs turned into a gunfight. The same year in the town of Whakatane, shots were fired and violence erupted after a funeral procession of a Mangul mob leader tried to pass through territory controlled by the Black Power gang.
I was actually born in Whakatane, but shortly after, my grandparents brought me to Auckland and raised me in total immersion Māori education. So in a sense, I know I'm really lucky because a lot of my family members who stayed back home either ended up in gangs or affiliated to them. What's worse is that in 2020,
That was your bro?
gang violence, shootings, and meth use, it's all
Make sure y'all like the stream. I ain't trying to pause it too much, y'all, but like the stream, man. Support the stream, man. Go ahead and just tap the like. It's free. Literally, it's free.
spiraling out of control, especially in Whakatane.
I've come to meet the Black Power gang in Whakatane. TK White inherited the leadership when his father passed away in 2019.
Mea ko te tau kiri he mua tauramo, kawiti ki kōtuku te ka hukura mai rangi, ia te pū kia hanga kia whai mata te kaupapa he rangi he pōhe. I will say this, I didn't get along with the man one, but no waka tō. So two double murderer.
He's a
Went to
double
jail.
murderer.
Aye, went to jail twice for that. That's
Or
the
they got
background
beer
of the
bottles
man.
by the graves, like.
That's the background he came from. Before he was actually on his way to jail the last time, he said, I see two pathways in front of you. One is good, one is bad. Both will make you great. I hope you take the good one.
Today, a new member is joining Black Power. This is the first time they've allowed TV cameras to film one of their initiations.
So we're at Ohina
Oh,
Rotorua
so
River,
somebody's about to join the Black Power. This is their initiation. I think he's about to get beat up right here.
which is in Whakapane, and we're about to undergo a special ceremony, which is
Or,
a traditional
never mind.
karakia, or
I was
prayer
absolutely
service,
wrong.
And it's part of a rite of passage, I think, for
Never mind. I was
the
dead
members
wrong.
of this group.
I was
TK,
dead wrong.
Hikuru White is taking it, so I've been roped into it. I was not expecting to be a part of it, but I am going to get in the river in my shorts, and it is spring, it is cold, but it's okay.
This is
what
actually
we're
wow.
gonna
This
do.
is crazy.
So, here we go. Follow me.
What's up, Kobe?
Ki runga ki wēnei tauira, kia tō mai te mauri ki runga ki wēnei tama. E tuku nau ki te whai ora tōne te wai ora, te nei te matatau kia ka waka tū tārawa ki te rangi uhi. Wēra tau mai te mauri o haumi e, hui ai!
Ah, okay, yeah. You see, that's why I'm glad I'm watching this live. Y'all absolutely right, bro. You said they putting that on for the camera. You got to keep it G-rated for the camera. Yeah, that's real. Cause I thought that they do it the same way overseas, how they do it over here. Like they get jumped in. You say, where was the armed defending squad when all this happened? I have no time for games. Fall, stop.
In Māori culture, water is viewed as the essence of life. Rivers connect you to your ancestors,
Man,
the
this is
tribal lands they once owned, and traditional
good propaganda
values
right
they
here. If they don't do this on the regular and they doing it for the cameras, this is real good propaganda. This is real good propaganda. They very smart for that. They very smart. Cause they even fooled me. I believe this shit. Hey, they had me.
It's a way to
That's
reconnect
crazy.
with my family history in the area I left as a child.
I believed it. Man, appreciate that, man. Hard work, man.
Black Power, let's make that very clear. But I am Māori, so
It's over there in the corner though. It's still here.
a gang thing. It's Māori culture, and its purest and truest form. And yes, I'm wet, but it's okay.
I do got one question though. Have y'all ever seen any of these guys riding around in a nice car? It look like they got some money going on, and they don't really like to, you know, ride around in nothing too clean. Y'all always see them in these dinger type cars. Have y'all ever seen anybody like them in a group with a very, very nice car? Or no, is it always something like that?
This is hangi. This is our traditional cooking method. Our ancestors would sometimes cook the enemies. It wasn't about cannibalism, it was about...
It's a hangi right here.
Being able to absorb their energy.
It's a hangi, a hangi.
The hole is covered with this.
I know
So
a
you've got
little
an
something,
underground
something.
Pressure cooker.
Yeah, this the underground right here.
Cover it up and go to KFC.
See? I've been around for a little
Joined
minute.
gangs in the 1970s, seeking safety in numbers.
Appreciate you,
after
Mr. Māori.
suffering years of racial discrimination and poverty.
30 years ago, I had nowhere to go. The culture then was hard. We were gangsters then. We're gangsters now, but not as ruthless as we were before.
To get into fights?
Heaps. A small fights and a one. You know, actually made me stronger.
They broke as hell.
These guys here, they taught me how to survive. You know, it wasn't all about just gang warfare, drugs in those days.
501s.
Did you sell drugs?
Yep. Marijuana. That's all we had there, was marijuana.
The Comos
the
got
shit they
money.
got now.
Okay.
Not all drug dealers are gang members, and not all gang members are drug dealers. I mean, I've been there, done that. It's water under the bridge now, you know. So I've gone on the other side there, and I'm the one that's going to point you away from the harms of meth.
I would imagine them selling drugs brings in a lot of money.
It's destroying our
She
families.
How do
said
you
my
both
bad.
feel about methamphetamine?
Okay.
It's destroying our families,
You're destroying our community.
our community.
A lot of
For some reason, I don't believe that they really feel that way, honestly. Like, I think they saying that for the cameras. They probably do feel like it is destroying their community, but I don't believe the sincerity in their tone.
Our generation all dying as a result of meth. And since 2014, we lost something like 10, 12 OGs to meth.
Or they might really mean
That's
that
how
stuff.
horrific the violence is.
There have been quite horrific stories come out of not just Whakatane but across the Bay of Fiji in
Politics.
terms of what methamphetamine and how it's affecting.
Everything that's happened in, I'll say, like the last month here, have all been meth related.
What's been happening here?
Well, you know, there's been a shootout. There was a shooting last week. People, you know, just looking for a fight.
And they out there,
wars
bro.
are no longer
Damn.
about local
They in the
rivalry.
bathroom with it. Look, let me see.
Gang
Yeah, they
wars
out there
are no-
with like physical weapons, man. Like I don't think people really understand how much heart this shit right here really take, bro. These guys is out here battling with what is what is that? I don't even think that's a blade. Look like some just a random little tool, and they sitting there fighting for their life. That's crazy right here. Oh, you could die in this instant right
Gang
here.
wars are no longer about local rivalry,
He backed
but
in
a
the
vast
corner over there.
interconnected web of criminal activity that spans the globe.
That was a bat.
What the Sinaloa does very well is always team up with the local criminal
I couldn't tell
gangs
what that was.
in New Zealand. You have these competing gangs, and suddenly you have someone bigger coming into the market and picking allies, right? When you look at the connections, it's not just one type of connection. It's multiple roles at the same time, and it's very, very fluid as well. And this is where feuds start and fights between organized crime groups, and you know everybody wants a bit more, and that ignites these violent clashes. So this is not a world of peace, it's a world of conflict.
Like the stream,
New
y'all.
Zealand's 1,200 customs officers have been overwhelmed by the influx of meth from Mexico in the last 2 years.
Try not to get run over.
Oh, this where they bringing it in at, huh?
I've been doing this job for 37 years and I never thought I would see quantities of drugs like this. It's mind-blowing.
I mean, it's not mind-blowing. It's honestly
see New Zealand as the golden
normal.
market. They're the most lucrative market and they're wanting to own that market. In the 1990s, 1 kilo of drugs was a really big seizure. Last year, we seized over a ton of methamphetamine.
So meth is going crazy
They
over
are
here.
really sophisticated. If you can think about it,
Do y'all have, so you know how sometimes you can see these videos of like Philadelphia and you see like zombies kind of in these certain cities, even in the UK. I be hearing Citrus C talk about it in some of his songs. So I'm assuming that in UK it's the same thing. But in these Philly videos, you see like, I think it's called Kensington. And they got all these people just on the street walking around like they be slumped over like this, or they be like this and stuff. And it be hundreds of people that's on these whatever drugs they on. Do y'all have a whole bunch of zombies walking around in New Zealand or nah? Like what is the effects of meth? You see people smash out their brains. Do y'all got like one certain street? You know how I was saying about how Philly with the same thing with Kensington? There's some, so it's not that bad though, cause at Philly, I seen a video of Philly. It's bad over there, on a smaller scale. I bet.
we've seen methamphetamine mixed within concrete. We've seen methamphetamine in liquid form, impregnation in clothing, chemically altered so that it's not methamphetamine, but you add another chemical to it that changes it back to drugs.
Your barbershop last
So
week.
these guys are really clever. We just got to get smart.
Yeah, they really clever. He just said they put the meth in the clothes. That's intelligent. How you even catch that, bro? In their clothing? How you catch that?
Chemically altered so that it's not methamphetamine, but you add another chemical to it that changes it back to drugs. So these guys are really clever.
They chemists for real. They really chemists. They should be.
What did that come in?
This
School
methamphetamine
somewhere.
was concealed inside electric generators that weighed in excess of 250 kilos each.
Street.
Once you knew how to get into them, it was quite easy. But getting them there was really difficult, figuring it out.
Yeah.
That there is quite dense, and that makes me to believe there may be drug concealment inside there.
What is that?
This
Okay.
is blocks of compressed
So they
metal.
really just kind of gave the answer away. Like now they know. Next time they know. He said only reason they found this over here because it was dense.
Filming inside there.
What is that?
This is blocks of compressed methamphetamine. They came inside plastic stacking pallets. Each pallet had 80 of these concealments built into the pallet.
What?
That's crazy.
They don't come with an instruction manual that says, here's the drugs.
The Sinaloa cartel are not the only new international players in New Zealand's multi-million-dollar meth market.
The traditional New Zealand adult gangs, which were Black Power, Mongrel Mob, they're being challenged with an influx of new gangs. So you've got Australian deportees. They are bringing the level of sophistication and tradecraft and connections that they've built up over many years. They're coming into New Zealand, setting up, and that's causing tension within the gang environment.
Yeah.
Business model, as I understand it, is to undercut other gangs, use extreme violence.
Australia's tough new laws mean that hundreds of Kiwis are being deported. All non-citizens who fail a character test are sent home.
There was an altercation in the compounds. People were stabbed, and it was between Islanders and Iranians. And I think there was 7 people stabbed in the neck and in the back. Shit's kicking off here. People on edge.
A detainee called Josh has emailed me a video from inside an Australian deportation centre.
People on edge, and they're starting to turn into race wars. I mean, this is way worse than prison. Like, shit. I don't think I've ever seen 7 people get stabbed.
Damn.
It's a powder keg and it's about to erupt.
These videos haven't seen the light of day, and I'm a journalist in New Zealand. This is gold. It's very rare to get evidence from inside a deportation centre. I'm interested to learn more about what just went down there.
She good at her job. Shout out to her.
29-year-old Josh left New Zealand
She
for
on it.
Australia aged 2 and hasn't been back since. He served 8 years in prison for assaulting a drug dealer. He claims he wants to go straight, but is now surrounded by biker gangs in an immigration centre as he waits to be deported to New Zealand.
He like my old gunny.
Over the door! Over the door now! Go, 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 go! Get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground!
The Australian police has been cracking down on these biker gangs who have well-established global connections in the meth trade. Since 2015, Section 501 of the Migration Act means any non-citizens accused of engaging in criminal activity can be deported.
They out here in Oz too. I just seen some patches.
Thousands of 501s have been sent back to New Zealand.
So 501s, who is 501s? I seen a couple of y'all in the chat saying that too, 501s. Who's that?
In the case of Australia, they are dumping their crime problem to New Zealand, and it's a short-term solution that's gonna bring a longer-term problem. Organized crime is, unfortunately, very often the first to offer a way out. By deporting people who've committed crimes, you're just exporting crime.
Got you.
You're creating a bigger problem, because now these people know how to set up a network. They will keep on growing their networks, and they will enlist new soldiers. So you don't dismantle a network in that way. You actually create a network in that way. Some of the most successful criminals, are criminals who get deported from place to place. You're creating a bigger problem for New Zealand.
24 hours later, I've managed to reach Josh inside the deportation centre in Perth, Western Australia.
Here we go.
It's very interesting, man, honestly. No lie.
Kia ora. Kia ora. How are you?
I've been in segregation for the last 16 weeks now, I think.
Have you got caught up in any sort of scuffles or violence? Have people attacked you while you've been in there?
People that have attacked me in here, the people that are supposed to look after us in here, which is the officers.
Oh.
I've been subject to brutality, excessive force. As I came out of the mess, they blocked off the exit gate, and I was kind of like, what's going on here? And then the officers approached me and they said, oh, you got to come with us. So I'm like, hang on, man. Tell me what I've done wrong, and then, before I knew it, riot officers with shields and riot gear on, padded armour and stuff, could rush into me, detain me, drag me out the side gate, drop me on my face on the ground. I remember hearing one of them say, "Oh, he's got a knife."
It's good, y'all.
A knife. So then I was accompanied down to the segregation where you go for 23-hour lockdown. And then they dived on me, kneeing me in the back, elbows in my back of my head. They almost broke my back pretty much.
Did anyone get reprimanded for that?
I tried to put in a complaint. We just can't win against these guys. Because I've lashed out a few times towards...
Bro, hello. Chat, y'all gotta chill with the threats. What's going on in the chat, bro? What's going on in the chat? Why y'all threatening each other, bro? What's going on?
And because of the severity of
What's going
the crimes
on?
when I went to prison in the first place, they deem me a high risk.
Hello, I lost what they was talking about. Y'all tripping.
Because I've lashed out a few times
What up,
towards
though?
staff, and because of the severity of the crimes when I went to prison in the first place, they deem me a high risk.
Can we talk about who you are leaving behind there in Western Australia?
I'm leaving behind my father, my mother, both my grandparents on both sides, and the most important one, my wife. But I'm more scared about joining a gang and then me having nothing but friends that I've met in detention. That is my main concern. It's a high-risk situation.
The Australian Border Force cannot comment on Josh's case, but say they have stringent reporting requirements and oversight to ensure force is not used arbitrarily or illegally. They are committed to ensuring good order and that detention centres are safe. Josh wants to avoid gang life, but an estimated 40% of 501s sent back to New Zealand end up committing crime.
I'm not gonna lie though, I don't think Josh is just 100% like innocent for real. I doubt that they just came in there, beat him up, and plan. I mean, it's possible, you know what I'm saying? But I personally just don't believe that organizations like that just do that type of stuff. They do. I know they're very corrupt. Why would they just pick on him for what reason? Like, no reason. He didn't do nothing. I don't know about all that. He not just 100% innocent, you feel me? Because he ain't in there for no reason. You see what I'm saying? Like, he did something.
Members of the outlaw biker gangs deported from Australia are setting up shop in New Zealand and growing in power as they recruit.
Oh, that is crazy though. So he grew up, he was only in New Zealand for 2 years. And now he a grown man. They deporting him back to New Zealand. He ain't even grow up over there. Yeah, that's crazy though. That's crazy.
More and more
That's actually
501s.
crazy.
According to the FBI, the Bandidos, one of the top 4 bike gangs in the world, is involved in drug and firearms trafficking. They established a wing in New Zealand in 2016.
So I've managed to track down the former presidents of the notorious Bandidos gang.
How many likes we
Hamish
got?
Rocky. He's one of the very few senior members to have left the gang world.
Hamish was deported from Australia for gun charges several years ago, but claims the new arrivals are far more violent.
We never had this much of a problem until the 501s started coming back. You know? Yeah, we still had gangs, but the scale of things now is huge. Like, there's more drugs in New Zealand.
There's a huge meth problem.
A huge mess problem. Since the 501s have been sent home, things have really escalated because they've been sent back from Australia and they're bringing all their connections here. It's all one big dick measuring comp. Who has the most cars, who has the most gold, who has the most drugs.
You're like Dana White.
What do we have now in terms of the scale?
You're like Humpty Dumpty a little bit.
Massive problem here in New Zealand. The 501s are signing on with gangs because they have nothing else. So you can't blame them. With the clubs and the gangs, when you do sign on, they will look after you at the start. You are sold a dream just to get guys purely to sign on. You know, girls, cars, gold, bikes, you know.
As
It's
a
all
lure.
Dangling a carrot, you know, to less fortunate guys.
Leaving the notorious banditos and breaking the gang's code of silence means Hamish is now a marked man.
Us standing here, are
Yeah.
we at risk right now?
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, it's quite serious.
Yeah. What could happen?
Could quite possibly get shot, could get jumped. You know, there's a number of things, yeah, that could happen.
This nigga's so swole.
I have a lot of
What
enemies
the
around.
fuck?
Yeah. Somebody sort of drove past and put 3 shotgun shells through the front window. It was just to say we're a pain in the ass and we pretty much shut the shop down. Shootings all the time, you know, there was a fellow who got shot in the head not so long ago. You know, we heard nothing about that. You know? Stuff happens all the time.
Every day.
Yep. Some of these guys are ruthless.
Every day,
Looking
man.
to
Y'all
earn their
hear
colours.
that?
Yeah, they'll smash down the door. They don't care fucking who's inside it.
Every single day. But what I do respect about these guys is you don't really hear too many stories about them doing anything to civilians and innocent people for real. Because if you ask a lot of the civilians and just, you know, regular people, they're gonna say, oh yeah, you don't need a gun out here, nobody's gonna mess with you. And that's good, that's how it should be. If you're not in the gang, nobody's gonna mess with you. It sounds like they're not really out here doing anything to innocent people. They're not out here robbing, you know what I'm saying? The community and stuff, they just serving their drugs and they handling their problems with, I guess, they rival, you know, gang members and stuff. So that's what's up. They just keeping it in-house. That's what's up.
Simultaneously raided 10
Make sure y'all
properties
definitely like the
across
video, though,
Auckland
y'all.
linked to the fledgling gang. Police came away with guns, cars and cash and made a host of arrests.
It's the arrival of a new 501 gang called the Comancheros that has recently led to a brutal turf war.
Okay, I already see it now. So yeah, y'all just said the Combos got a lot of money, and I'm seeing it, just these pictures alone. You see this watch right here, they in a nice little spot. They high up somewhere. Yeah, you see they definitely got money compared to the Mongrel Mob at least. I ain't trying to say they broke, but the Mongrel Mob, they don't got money like these guys. Obviously, right?
It's the arrival of a new 501 gang called the Comancheros that has recently led to a brutal turf war.
They're on a boat
With
somewhere.
connections to Mexican cartels, the police fear they could flood New Zealand with cheaper meth. They've already enforced a very Mexican style of justice, assassinating a rival. I've come to meet Jared Savage, crime reporter for the New Zealand Herald. He's been investigating gangs for decades.
The introduction of a new players, like the Comancheros.
Hey, get them likes up, y'all. We need like 28 likes. What's going on, bro? We need at least 28. It's 36 people in here. Like the stream, man. Like the stream, but we 40 minutes in. Like the stream, y'all. Y'all tripping. It's free. Literally, just tap the screen, man. It's free. Get them likes up, man. What's going on? I'm trying to grow. You feel me? We need 100K. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Definitely disruptive.
Appreciate
things.
it. Appreciate it.
Been
Appreciate
quite
it.
bold and brash.
Appreciate
We've seen
it.
an increase in violence, particularly firearms violence. And yeah, I think that's something that we'll see a lot more of in the future as well.
That's actually quite a scary thought.
No one really knew that we were here publicly. So these are the first photographs here of the boys basically announcing their presence. Pretty flash bikes, gold-plated Harley. So it's, you know, quite a statement.
All right, now we're on the bottom floor. This is my Versace rack here. Everyone trying to say I'm wearing fake Versace.
They flexing.
Fuck outta here.
They're using social media to...
Bro, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all like Versace? Honestly, I haven't really seen nothing nice from Versace. Versace kind of makes some ugly clothes. Is that just me or no?
Market their wealth. They're not hiding it. It could be, you know, like a recruitment tool.
Versace
Look at
kinda
me.
ugly.
If you want to have this sort of life, you can have it too.
A grisly scene awaited emergency services early this morning, triggering an armed lockdown and a full-scale forensic search.
The Comancheros' social media recruitment strategy had devastating consequences in 2018 when
Right.
new wannabe member Viliami Tani carried out a gangland killing on a man called Epelehame Tu'uheava.
This photo eerily posted online just hours before Epelehame Tu'uheava was shot in the head, a killing with hallmarks of an execution.
I think Abraham was shot
Yeah, they
7
clothes
times.
is beat up,
His
bro.
wife, point blank. His
Damn.
wife was shot in the head twice. She survived. And in fact, her evidence was basically crucial to getting the convictions against Tani.
Twice in the head. Who can say they did that
were
before?
Basically lured to a pretty quiet street in South Auckland.
Twice in the head,
on the premise that Abraham would buy drugs. He had $63,000 in the back of his car, and that he would be buying methamphetamine from Tani. He had a distribution network in the South Island. This was a targeted assassination. This was taken a few days after the murder, and the police were following the suspects. So we can see here that basically they're going to be rewarding one of the younger guys involved.
Wow, imagine this. Y'all are out here just chilling and police followed you so much that they sitting here recording you. That is crazy. Police, and they don't even know they're being recorded. They followed these guys and police recording them, bro. All these gang members is built like O-line on every football team ever. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So we can see here that basically they're going to be rewarding one of the younger guys involved in the murder, kind of promoting him from being like a hanger-on or an associate of the gang to
I would hate to see them in a jail cell, bro. They built like...
So they had a reputation for ruthlessness in Australia.
These niggas built, bro.
And I think it's sort of seen as them putting a stake in the ground. This is what we're about.
With connections to Mexican cartels, the police feared the Comancheros could take up a dominant position in New Zealand's meth market.
The allegation is that the methamphetamine coming from Mexico was being sold a lot cheaper. So undercutting, so you get a kilo of meth in Mexico for $1,000, sell it here for $120,000. That's still a massive markup.
They husky, bro. You're not gonna tell me they not built.
The Comancheros has already been sentenced to 16 years for importing kilos of meth from Mexico. We've secured access to film the trial of the leader of the Comancheros, Pasilica.
You telling me he not built? Let me go back just a little second ago. What we at 3113? You telling me these guys right here is not built? I ain't even about to prove a point, bro. I can't even go back, bro. Look. Homie, right, I was really saying is I seen this guy right here. All three of these guys, they not gym built. Obviously, they not gym built, but they built. Like, you don't want to see them one-on-one in no cell, bro. What? Average man weigh about, what, 130? And the average guy's about, what, 5'9"? Nigga, these niggas is built, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to see them one-on-one in no cell, bro. These guys is built, bro.
Sentenced to 16 years for importing kilos of meth from Mexico. We've secured access to film the trial of the leader of the Comancheros, Pasilica Nafahu.
Now, the success of the group brought a lovely house, a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, ostentatiously designed motorcycles.
Several of Pasilica's gang have already been found guilty of laundering $3.7 million collectively.
Pasilica Nafahu arrived from Australia in early 2016, and from that point he commenced a lifestyle to enjoy the benefits that flowed from a whole series of criminal offences, and the links that various members of the group had to drug dealing, including drugs in large quantities.
Pasilica is found
guilty. Okay. I thought you were saying that they wasn't built, but yeah, even homie right here, like, he not even one of the bigger ones. They just like, imagine how much calories they intake on a daily basis to upkeep this weight, man.
Guilty of money laundering and conspiring to import a precursor of meth from Australia. The Australian biker gangs, like the Comancheros, are intensifying the gang scene in New Zealand. Sani Fatu claims he's spent years trying to reform the mongrel mob, recently opening his doors to female members. But after members of his own family joined the Comancheros, he's formed an uneasy alliance with a gang he once called a foreign invader.
Can you shed light on what your personal connections are to the Comanchero?
Well, my personal connections are my son and my brother being members of the Comanchero. And I feel that it's a good thing because I know that they'll do good there. I know that they'll be able to share with them leadership qualities and prowess.
I was gonna say that too. I was gonna say that because if you seen what the reporter said earlier, he said these guys, we didn't know they was here until they made the announcement. I was gonna say that, but I didn't. It sounds like even in America, the internet is a big tool for the police against these guys that's in this underworld, man, because they putting a lot of their information online, man. Even them like showing that they was here, they was showing off, bro, bragging. You see what I'm saying? Being flashy a little bit, taking pictures. And that's only human nature, you feel me? Like you want to show off, especially if you got something nice, right? But that was definitely their downfall. That's how they got even on their radar, because they was on the internet. And that picture probably went viral, probably, honestly. It's a new gang. They got some nice bikes in the front, and they all got some money. So yeah, the police definitely seen that for sure. I personally would want to be down low if I was in that type of
Gangs
stuff.
are never gonna go away. Let's get that right.
Finally caught alive,
You'll
yes sir.
always do it the
Welcome,
way
man.
you've always
Welcome.
done it. You'll always see what you've always got. For you to have something you never had before, try something you never done before.
Weeks after we finished filming, several of Sonny's gang were arrested for firearm
Okay,
charges
so they do got
and
nice
drug
cars then.
offences, including meth importation. Sonny strongly condemned the actions. 501 deportee Josh has arrived in Auckland and is already being eyed up as a potential new recruit.
Yeah, don't get it mistaken.
What's
These
kind of
guys is
stood
not
out
dumb. You
to
know what I'm saying?
over the last couple of days since you've been back?
Well, just speaking to people on the street in Auckland.
For sure,
Seeing
Kobe.
A lot of gangs walking around,
Yeah?
Man, if you pay attention, oh no, never mind.
trying to talk to us, talk to me and some of the other boys, find out who we are. I think the first question that I
Yeah.
get hit with straight away from someone who looks like they're in a gang or something
Yeah.
would be, where are you from?
Yeah.
And we'd never seen you around here. And then they ask if I've got any drugs for sale. I know a lot of,
All right,
a
Miss
lot of
West, I
guys
got
that
you.
have already come back.
Appreciate that.
Might be doing.
Good looks.
Might be involved in some of that stuff. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know. There's
a
always
picture
people
of that.
trying to suss us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the youth.
Josh feels he has to escape Auckland to escape the gangs.
So you're off to Napier today?
Yeah, fly at 4:30. So I'm excited about that. See my cousin for first time in a long time. See her kids. I've never met her kids before.
Oh wow.
I kind of like the TNs.
That's pretty good.
I kind of
Knowing
like
that
the
I've got
TN
that support
swag.
makes me
Them
feel
ain't
more
even
comfortable
TNs,
too, you know?
but
Yeah.
I kind of like
Actually been
the
cool meeting up with you in person.
athletic shoe swag.
You too.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The meth trade in New Zealand and Australia is now worth 11.
Homie, so this meth right here, this how you intake meth. He's just sitting here taking it on camera. Niggas is bold, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this could never be me, bro. This is crazy. They just doing this on camera like that.
The meth trade in New Zealand and Australia
Shout out to him, man. This is crazy. They just doing the meth like that.
is now worth $11 billion a year. The Sinaloa cartel and the Australian biker gangs are not just importing meth,
Those
but
called
shootings,
270s.
kidnap and assassinations.
This your uncle right here, right?
Extremes of violence New Zealand has never experienced before.
Ooh.
The traditional gangs are
Hey.
struggling to protect their turf. I've come back to
Oh
meet
man, the traditional gangs are struggling to protect their turf. So the commos, so a lot of 501 cases have been happening. And people that got deported from Australia is coming to New Zealand, and they trying to like big dog the gangs that's already there. Okay.
TK White.
Here we go. We are here now.
That's what she just said. She said
we
they
go.
struggling to protect their turf.
We are here now.
To counter the threat of the outlaw Australian biker gangs, after decades of war, Black Power and the Mungle Mob have formed an historic alliance.
Make sure y'all like the stream, man.
Here you have us, our club, and on the other side is the Mungle Mob. There's a term they call it dispute resolution. This is how we do it, utilising our tikanga and our kawa to guide the process.
In terms of resolving disputes or issues between Black Power and Mungle Mob before, how was it done? Was it ever done?
Not like that.
When you put the rako down, is that a symbol of no warfare?
That's what we were pretty much saying without saying it. We're showcasing.
So they call it a truce.
Guns down,
Guns down.
Yeah, weapons down.
Yeah, that's a symbol of peace.
They calling a truce,
It's
okay.
not going to happen overnight. We're all individuals. We're not perfect, and we understand that our history is quite a dark one. There are reasons for that, but that doesn't mean to say that we have to stay there. It's about helping the brother, the sister, understand that their destiny lay in their own hands. And at the end of the day, only they will be able to determine what their destiny and that future looks like. Black Power movement, as I said, isn't defined by a patch. It's a way of life.
So, man. Damn, it's crazy though. It's kind of crazy because the Black Power and Migrant Mob, like, they don't get that much money for real. And these guys from Australia came over here to New Zealand. They got all this money. You know, they say you need money to go to war for real. They dealing with some real problems. You say us gangsters are on a whole other level to New Zealand gangsters. They all big bodybuilder motherfuckers with money, guns and money. They don't play here in Aus. Mob got run out of Aus before they link with the rebels. Yeah, off of the fact that Australia, because Australia, like the Australian gangsters got more opportunity, man. From a business standpoint, they got more opportunity, probably more money, more clientele, more people, you know what I'm saying, more people to sell the drugs to. I mean, New Zealand only got, what, 5 million people? How many is in Australia? Like, what, probably a couple 100 million, huh? Yeah, they probably got a lot more, they probably linked in with a lot more people.
Māori have faced threats from outsiders
Always to make
before.
money, facts.
Colonialism and decades of racism caused irreparable damage to our way of life. TK tells us he's offering the younger generation a way out of meth. He's using his ancestors' land to build a school and community centre.
It was originally gifted to me by one of my beautiful aunties. This place is going to be utilised to build our dreams and our vision so that we're able to learn and teach in our own space and safely.
Shout out to this journalist, man. She working hard out here, trust me. Let me go ahead and like their video. Make sure y'all like this video, man. Now look, this video is very interesting, man. I enjoy these type of documentaries. Appreciate y'all for watching this with me. I'm about to take this off a live stream and then edit it, put it up as a video. I'm also gonna check out another documentary here soon that I seen somebody just put in the comments. I'm gonna check that out. They said it's called what's it called? It's called Pamela Korsky. They updated the gang life. I'm gonna check that out because I watched that about a year ago. And tonight I'm uploading a video about Samoans. It's Samoans' journey traveling from Samoa to New Zealand, and it shows they troubles and everything that's going up tonight, man. Hey, make sure y'all like. If you're not subscribed already, bro, subscribe, man. You feel me? Engage, help the stream, man. We trying to, you feel me, grow up. We trying to grow, hit 100K. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm gonna check this video out. If it's lit, I'm gonna come back on live. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna come back on live, but I'm going on. In the meantime, y'all be easy, man. Be smooth, man. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, y'all. Make sure y'all keep getting to that money, man. You hear me? Let's get it. We out. Let's go. Yes, sir.